Welcome to game number 4, everybody. This is the AHGL, Microsoft versus National Instruments, the playoffs, and right now Microsoft up 3-0. Their player Light Brigade spine up in the top left-hand corner. The blue Protoss looking to close it out, looking to be that ace player. Say, you know what, this is it. This is going to be the end. We're going to shut you out, National Instruments, and we're going to move on and win another season just like we won Season 1. But maybe BGG for National Instruments has something to say about that. He is the red Terran spine on the bottom right-hand corner, and he is their last hope right now, as he has to win this game or their team will be going home. Definitely not an easy first-round playoff draw, to get up against Microsoft right there. But I like I said, I've seen comebacks, and I've seen people come back from down 3-0 as well. So BGG also decent player. I've seen him play before. So we will have to see how this game does work out at this time. Nothing unusual from him right now. We'll see if he gets a gas after he gets this Rax right here. Oh, nope, sending a new SCV. So we will be scouting after Depot. Very early scout right there. Maybe it's not. I'm trying to remember if I was listening to somebody, and I think they were saying scout after Depots. No, they were saying the scout after Pylon. That's what it was. They were saying a lot of Protoss players have been scouting after Pylon, but I haven't seen the Terran players really scout after Depot. Usually it's after Rax or mid-Rax, something like that. So he's going to throw down this barracks, and will he get a save up his money for a command center? Will he get a gas? That will be the next thing to kind of watch for. Our Protoss player dropping a gateway, dropping a gas. Nothing too unusual here. We'll have to see if he grabs the second gas anytime soon or not. And there is the gas we're looking for from BGG. So it looks like he will do some sort of gas opener. He could be doing a Reaper expand if you want to right here. Not the most common thing in PvT, but I have seen it done before. In fact, I saw it done today by a Grandmaster's Terran player. So definitely not unusual. And this SCV just getting a basic scout, seeing the cybernetics core. And there's the second gas. Will he get a scout on that? That is the key. This probe right here, going to try and get as much information as he can. Does not see a second gas, and that's probably all he's going to get. And yep, there goes. The Marine kills him, and no Reaper actually. Second Marine on the way right there, so he is banking up to 68 gas at that time. And this SCV going to leave does not see the second gas from the Protoss. That is definitely huge right now, because just not seeing that second gas is so big because you just don't know what's coming, right? If that SCV doesn't get in there and scout that, it could be maybe some sort of proxy Void Ray, maybe. And, it could be Dark Templar. It could be a lot of things. And if you think he's just working off that one gas, going for that one gate expand, you're never quite sure. So he's going to try and get up in there again. Going to back out, actually, and throw down the engineering bay block. Interesting choice. So normally an engineering bay block, if they skip the zealot, it's not bad, but when they grab the second gas and they aren't trying to rush out immediately after gateway, it doesn't do as much. So he gets canceled, and now he's gonna be able to throw that down pretty much without harm. A lot of gas being saved up right now for Light Brigade. I'm definitely interested to see what he does with that. So commands are now being thrown down here as well for our player BGG, and getting a factory at this time. He was getting a reactor. Okay, so he's just going for some reactored Marines, probably get the factory, get a Widow Mine out, go for the reactored barracks Widow Mine defensive style, which I do like, very common in the TVP opener right now. And gonna try and inch out this SCV for a scout. Will he get it though? Yeah, looks like he will. So the Stalker decides it's more worth it to go ahead and continue poking up at this front to get an idea. And that's going to be it. SCV just wants to make sure that an expansion has gone down. There are a Stalker and a Sentry here that could have gone out to kill this SCV, but they're going to go ahead and let us see the expansion. And what do we have thrown down? Just 2 more gates and a Robo. There we go. So now he's going to try and get up into the main. Going to get killed off there. Not going to be able to see this Robo or the additional gateways being thrown down. But this is a very Wings of Liberty style opening right here. A lot of players now in Heartless Swarm I know have been opening up with Stargate. I think they've been going for Oracles and then maybe some Phoenix. I think MC was doing a lot of that, and it was quite effective. And there we go, Scan will be able to see the Robo. But this is pretty much standard Wings of Liberty opening from what I can remember at least. You get that 1 gate expand, you get the 3 gates, you get the Robo, you get the Observe Rover, see what your opponent's doing, yada yada yada. You get the idea. Pretty plain and simple right there. And Wood of Mine now going to get out there to drop that down for defense. Bunker probably going to be salvaged pretty soon. And pretty solid opener for both players right here. So no harm done to either player at this point. Units lost tab. Just was there a salvage? No, just not. Just those SCVs being killed and then something being canceled, I guess. Maybe a gas. Oh, the engineering bay. That's right. Engineering bay being canceled. And a hallucinated Phoenix can get over there for the scout. So he makes the observer, but then he also makes the hallucinated Phoenix to scout. Double scout. Make sure he sees exactly what's going on. Gets in the base. Will be able to see the extra barracks being added down and the starport being added down with the reactor. So going to be going, of course, for those drops. And we will see if he fooled his opponent into thinking that there is actually a starport. In which case he would get turrets, or an engineering bay at least at this time. And it looks like no, he does not buy it. So he knows that was a hallucination at the very least. Observer now on the way. Of course he did scout the robotics facility, so what am I talking about? I'm crazy. So robotics bay going down now, going to be getting some Colossus in this army as well. What army, you say? This one right here, which just now has a few zealots added into it. So there's the scary army of our protest player, and there's the massive amount of Marines from our Terran. Getting stim now, so definitely a little bit of a later stim, I want to say, as that's not going to time up with any sort of 10-minute push whatsoever. Instead, 3 minutes tacked onto that. I mean, it's almost a 12-minute. That's like an 11:30 push if you do want to hit that. Engineering bay is being added down now, or one engineering bay and one armory. Interesting choice. Oh, there's the second engineering bay. Okay. So getting that second NG bay. Does he have a +1 upgrade? No, he does not. So might be waiting to start these upgrades together. Drops another scan. Sees the Colossus bay. Robotics bay. Sees the Colossus in production. Of course, it's supply blocked, unfortunately, for a protest player there. Who's getting the pylons down now. But he knows what's up. Definitely have been clutch scans for our Terran player. So, I mean, he sees all at this point. Factory not floating over quite yet. Stem about halfway done, little under at this point. +1 has been researched, and a third base being started as well for our Terran player. So neither player seeking to be really aggressive at this point. Both going for those double upgrades, teching up, grabbing a third base here. I mean, rocks have been cleared for both of them. So no hurry whatsoever, I should say, to really get over there and kill anything. Double drop though. So maybe the first sign of aggression right here is this double drop heading over. I wonder if that was seen by the observer. That would probably be close. I don't think it was though. I'm going to start boosting around. Definitely something to do when you are dropping. Just make sure you're using those boosts as you continue to fly around the map, because they do only have a 20-second cooldown and they're boosting for 8 seconds. So 12 seconds of the time they're not being used if you are using it efficiently. And so he's going to get into this base right here, and it's completely empty as this whole army is over here killing off these rocks. He's going to start dropping, and he's going to focus down this robotics bay, and will it be able to complete is the question. It's in the health. No, it would not. It is going to go ahead and go down. One dropship does get picked off, and he's going to go ahead and boost out of there. I'd say worth it. Personally, I would say yes, he lost one medevac worth of army, but he killed the robotics bay. He's going to stop any future Colossus production. Going to force that. He stops the upgrade of thermal lance, so any sort of timing that there may have been for light brigade now going to be delayed. I mean, it's just kind of an annoying thing. And of course, if he wants to hit a timing in the future, there's not going to be that upgrade at the time. And now he's just going to continue pushing in, being annoying, picking off a pylon, probably picking up right here. Pick up your units. Yep. And backing out, so he's in a decent position. Third base has gone down here for BGG. Adding on a couple more barracks, definitely wants to get his production up at this time. 2-2, ready to get started when you are, Captain. I'm not sure if he's going to be down now. Pushes out, kills off a stalker, standing in the way, and everything's pretty just normal at this point. Where's that scan going down? Oh, he was scanning for the observer. Nice snipe on the observer, it looks like. So now he's going to be going over with another drop. Going to be seeing this third base, I would imagine. Where's the path of it? Just heading over there for right now. Probably going to use that a little bit later. And he still has this medevac up here. So of course you can remember, you can just keep poking in. Keep poking in, keep doing damage, just being annoying. That's the best thing to do, of course, as a Terran player. 2 upgrades are being chrono boosted out though right now. And there goes the boost. He's actually going to boost right into the natural. He's going to draw the attention over here with this drop. Very nicely done. Not going to be able to pick up with that, it looks like. But, oh, he did not drop his units over here. There we go. So now he's going to finally drop. Probably could have done a little bit more damage had he dropped earlier. Going to at least force a pool on the probes. Mothership core going to go ahead and use the overcharge, I believe it's called, photon overcharge, yes, and clean that up. Wow, so much damage right there, done by that entire army. Like I said, if those drops had been done in unison, maybe could have done a little bit more. Unfortunately, they were not, and BGG takes a little bit of a hit right there, losing those drops for not too much damage done. But Light Brigade, anyways, still ready for this. So it looks like Natty's BGG gonna boost in right there. That thing came flying. Just to kind of fake out his opponent. Make sure keep him honest. Make sure he keeps some units up there at the very least. I like that idea. La Colossus out on the field. He's got some Vikings already in his mix. 4 right now. Probably gonna be getting a few more, I would imagine, as there are 3 Colossus on the field. And is there Templar Tech? Templar Archives on the way right now. A lot of gates being thrown down. So he's working off that 3 base, getting that 4th base up. It has a 4th base been taken yet? No, it has not. For our Terran player BGG, he's looking to really push in there and do some damage. He drops a scan, sees nothing of his opponent. Now he sees the army start to push into the front right there. And he's going to go ahead and start engaging this when there's only half of the army there. No force fields or anything have been dropped. 1 Viking does go down right there. And it looks like he's doing okay. What are the upgrades like, though? It's 2-2 versus 1-1. And that has definitely been paying off as he has done a lot of damage. 2 Colossus do fall, though. But I mean, I just don't know if BGG has enough right here to take this army. Unfortunately, needs a few more units. Gonna go ahead and stem and back out, at least back up to some of his fellow brethren right there. We're gonna try and do what they can, but like I said, there's just not enough here. Now units streaming in 1 by 1, able to pick off a sentry right there, but he definitely needs to pull everything he has back, as he is not in the best position after that fight. Unfortunately, just the upgrades, I think, killed him. He only had that, he was at 1-1, now he's at 2-1. His +2 is a little bit late right there. 3-3 already on the way. Ooh, it looks like, unfortunately, he put them both on the same forge. So not going to be getting 3-3, going to get a +3, sort of. And a weird positioning for BGG. Not sure about... Oh, he was trying to get a high ground snipe, but there's the Colossus and the pylons. Didn't quite work out. He's just going to have to back off home and continue adding on more units, as he has a decent amount of money to spend right there. Definitely wants to crank out as many units as he can. Only working off of 5 barracks, though. So there's why... Okay, that's why we have the additional barracks being added on now. Because, yeah, you need those to start really cranking out the units right there. Because he needs to get... this army supply up at this time, as you can see right here. Definitely behind in the army supply. Ahead in workers, though. No, he's not actually. He's behind in workers. Okay. I thought he was ahead in workers. Just kidding. So he is behind in workers as well, just ever so slightly. Mules, of course, do help with that. But behind in bases, and that's the other thing. The 4th base has now gone up, and BGG now kind of on the back foot at this point. Definitely does not want to be there. Gets a good scan on the army. Sees the Archons, though. And those are not hallucinated Archons. Those are real Archons. Is Storm done? I did not select High Templar. Yes, it is. So there's also Storm with this army. This is a scary position to be in for BGG right now. +3 has finished in terms of armor. Shields about to finish level 1. And he's just going to go right over here towards this 3rd base, it looks like. Where did that drop go? There was a drop, right? I'm not crazy. Did it get cleaned up? I don't see any units, though, that could have cleaned it up. Huh. Alright, well, the mystery drop. Maybe there it is. I'm just gonna say this was it. That's all I'm gonna say. And not gonna be able to get away, unfortunately. So snipes the pylon, but loses the medevacs and all the marauders right there. And now he's finally starting to get up a decent army supply right here. And he has the high ground advantage, but of course he's in kind of a close quarters, and with Storm, that is not exactly where we want to be. Protoss does like fighting when your army is all bunched up like that. Gets a scan, sees what's going down. He's going to actually try and push out. Could use the Vikings right there to try and take out some of the army. Looks like we're going to go ahead and have the engagement right here, and there is going to be a storm dropped. Hurts the Zealots probably more than it did the Terran army, so he's actually backing off, doing a decent job handling this right now. Definitely needs those Vikings start doing more damage to the Colossus. Huge storm does go down right there, though, so he is not going to be able to avoid them completely. Does not do enough damage, though, and at least forces the Protoss army back for a little bit, as he has lost all of his Zealots. Going to have to reinforce with those, adding in a couple more Colossus at this point, and looking to yet again charge forward, most likely. A lot of energy on these Templars, so he just has to get his hotkeys set, make sure everything is set up. Now he can go ahead and charge in again, and if he just drops big storms right there, that could be a lot of damage, especially with these 4 Colossus and only 3 Vikings right now. So he's going to try and push out to deal with those. Going to lose one of those Vikings almost immediately. Not going to be able to really do the damage he wants. Needs to be careful. Almost loses a second one. Zealot's going to start pushing over here towards this 3rd base to try and split this Terran army. And he's going to actually get the force down right there. Is this going to be his cue to charge up the front? It just might. Yes, it will. So now he's going to go ahead and charge up this front, try and catch this army on the downhill, clumped up in a terrible position. And that looks like exactly what he's going to be waiting for, or at least catch them in this sort of weird position. And here we go, BGG. Gonna have to engage with this sort of half position right here. Huge storms do go down right there, able to do some decent damage. He does have a little bit of, I mean, it's just so tough. He cannot engage through the stroke. So many storms can be dropped right there. If he ever does try and push through, he's gonna stem a few Marauders through. Yet again, so much damage right there being done to BGG. And have they done it? Has Microsoft secured a 4-0 victory? And will they be moving on in the playoffs? It looks like they will. GG from BGG. And that is going to be it. National Instruments does fall. Microsoft going to be moving on. What a great series right there. A lot of great games, actually. You look at the score and it's 4-0 and you're like, oh, that was just a pushover. But I mean, you look at the games, some really good games. Definitely enjoyed casting it. So thank you, everybody, for watching. If you enjoyed these casts, I urge you to go ahead and go watch Duckville Lol, because he is also casting right now these same games, and we're actually in the little So You Think You Can Cast competition. So watch his games, watch my games, decide which you like best. Go to the AHGL website, and I guess you just go to casters, I think, and you vote. You just say who you like better, and you click like, something like that. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time, hopefully. My name is Mr. Llama.